Good afternoon. I'm still reporting on YouTube. Today, on the first day of spring 2026, Beth and I say goodbye to Google YouTube and say hello to Rumble. Heretofore, we will only be posting on Rumble at https://rumble.com/c/the still report. We would appreciate it if you could send this around to your group to advise them as to the change and to our whereabouts, and then like, comment, and share our new location with your friends. This is my 5,089th post on YouTube. However, there was another set of posts that should not be overlooked. We tried to set up an early form of what later became known as shorts, which we called the Minute Memo. However, I discovered that I just couldn't pack enough information into 1 minute to make it newsworthy or worthwhile. So after 250 editions of the Minute Memo, we shut that down and just stuck with YouTube for a total of 5,339 editions in total on YouTube over 8.5 years. Why are we quitting YouTube? Well, because we haven't gotten paid in 5 years. Yep, that's right. Thousands of reports and no check from YouTube. We just can't go on this way. Rumble doesn't pay much, but at least it pays some, and it pays monthly. YouTube promised to look into why our AdSense account can't be opened back up. That way we could expect a little income monthly, but despite the efforts of several people well connected to Google YouTube, preparing various documents proving who we are, they know exactly who we are, nothing has been resolved. On top of that, Beth was out walking the dogs this morning and she got a word from the Lord that YouTube was evil, so we should ditch it anyway. That's right, an enterprise whose model has been do no evil is actually the epitome of doing evil. The pinnacle of their evil deeds was their repeated censorship on our channel and others for telling the truth about COVID. The final straw was when I started interviewing a full professor of children's medicine at one of the top-tier universities, saying he could not recommend the vax for kids because there was no safety and efficacy testing available that proved it was safe. And there were a lot of incidents of potential harm to young patients. So, for that sin of warning patients, YouTube shut us down for over 3 years. It was only after I threatened to sue them for $12.5 million that they quietly put one half of our channel's 5,000 plus content back up on YouTube again. Interestingly, they didn't even bother to have the courtesy of telling us that they put it back up. They just silently did it, knowing that it would take months to discover that we were back on. So after about 3 months later, one of our old subscribers called and informed us that our channel had returned, minus a lot of the earlier editions. On top of loss of opportunity in that 3.5-year period, YouTube saw its most explosive growth, and we missed out on it. However, a very small percentage of our over 175,000 subscribers ever checked in again. They just disappeared. So although we did get half of our old channel back, only a small percentage of our old subscribers, our old 177,000, I think it was, subscribers, ever dropped by again. That meant no income for 5.5 years, zero. We have waited patiently because our ad manager told us it would just take a while, and other people told us to hold on also. But it never happened. Our AdSense account has never materialized, and it's been 3 years since we supposedly came back on YouTube. YouTube claims that they don't know who I am. I maintain that this is a lie. They know exactly who I am, and they do not like the opinions I document and express on their channel, and that's pure censorship. So we're financially really in bad shape now. I mean, I don't know if we can survive. So we are going to move to Rumble and try to piece some income producing thing back together again. At this point, we'll be posting on Rumble pretty much exclusively at https://rumble.com/c/the still report. So that's it. YouTube. We just can't go without a paycheck any longer. I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom and signing off. Good day.